Thanks for coming. I'm a big fan of number 2, the quarterback for Illinois. I got to spend some time with him the last 2 years at Big Ten Media Days. I've watched him. I just love guys like that. And I told him after the game I thought he's he's a great player. He's a great player that's been fighting, getting hit, and makes plays something out of nothing. I thought he was hard to defend today, and we kind of knew going in that he would be. The other thing I have to make sure is that, and these players work so hard, and I have to make sure that our focus is on just being, just getting better each week instead of all the national stuff. And I think I'm learning a lesson. Just shut your mouth and let's just, go. Quit worrying about this. Quit worrying about that. Let's get a little better. You play with your third string middle linebacker, your best offensive player, Jack Meyer, twinges his knee on Wednesday. Probably not going to play. Ends up your starting defensive end gets knocked out. We're down 11 players for the year. Our special teams are a little bit of a mess right now because we lost some starters, and we're down. And some guys are playing it really, quite frankly, haven't played at all. And as a result, we just have to coach better. And so that's I can't wait to get back to work tomorrow. A lot to work on.
Tim, open it up.
Yeah. Urban, like you said, it got tight there, too, in the fourth quarter
Sure.
a little bit and stuff. And then Carlos Hyde goes off. I mean, just talk about what he meant to the team. And by the way, did he miss a start as a little bit of a punishment for something today?
We just, academically, our guys are held to a certain standard, and he's fine. We just that's up to Coach Drayton and his position group. We call power of the unit, and we grade players each week on 0 to 10 on attitude and effort. And he's been great, and I expect him to be great again. So I have no problem with Carlos. He's good to go. And it did get tight. You're playing a quarterback that's creating plays on you, a lot of plays. And offensively, we had too many three and outs. But I kind of like the way, it allows us to really get after it tomorrow, which is what every coach hopes, and quit worrying about everything else.
I was going to say, the defense made some huge plays today and gave up. I mean, how do you sort of assess where?
Not good enough. We're not playing good enough on defense for what we expect. But once again, not to take, I don't want to take anything away from number 2. Yeah. I've watched him for 2 years, and I think he's a heck of a player.
Bill.
It was windy, and that obviously affected passing into somebody, but how much was the wind? How much was just perhaps getting the receivers or whatever not being in sync?
I don't know. I'll have to let you know that. I thought, the other guy, but, some of those throws now, he falling down and throwing down the field, guys are going to go and make a play. So it was not conducive. It wasn't an environment to go throw the ball around very well. And we struggled much more than they did. So.
Doug.
Urban, could you talk a little more about Newhart's situation and just how much does it
twinges knee on Wednesday. Did not practice Thursday. Practiced a little bit on Friday. It was during pass rush. Just kind of hyperextended it. We think he's going to be fine. Obviously, he went back in the game. But third or fourth series, we said, if we can get up on him. But that's the mentality. That's my fault. We got to go win a game. Quit worrying about all this, style points or whatever, and just go win. It's still football. There's still a bunch of scholarship athletes on the other side. There's a really good quarterback on the other side, and let's just get, our focus is on that, and we're pretty good. When it goes somewhere else, it's not good.
How much does it hurt the offense when he's not out there?
Oh, it's devastating. Not just that he's a very good player, but he's the man. He's the guy he's the rally point. He's the leader. So not having him, it's a little bit like CB. We're still, suffering the effects of having Christian Bryant out. And then Curtis Grant and Josh Perry. And you're down to, that kept us out of some situational pressures that we wanted. That kept us out of, some base grouping because, you're just down. When I say down to the bare nubs, you're down. And I think Cameron, I don't know how he played, but I could tell that those other two weren't in there.
Perry had something happen this.
Yeah, he slipped on ice and hit his head. And you got to put salt down so you don't slip.
Yeah.
Right?
Bob, go ahead.
What about Carlos's two?
Really well blocked, and he pulled through it, but I think Evan Spencer proved again why he's so valuable. I heard about it, the guys were talking about it, I saw the highlight on the video, but our receivers are doing a good job downfield, and I don't think our offensive line played Ohio State-ish, and so we're going to evaluate that, but near the end of the game they certainly did.
Jackson running around and making plays,
yeah.
Kind of a little bit reminiscent of
last year. Yeah, that was me. I called those. He's one of the best players on the team, and I used him way too much last year. Haven't felt like we used him much this year because we had to. But when you're struggling throwing the ball and they're loading the box on you, you have to create some plays, and he certainly did. I think he ran for
184.
Wow.
You scolded yourself.
Last question. Go ahead, Clay.
Shut your mouth and move on. What's been your preoccupation with that?
When everybody, just, hey, tell me about your schedule, tell me about this, tell me about this. You're like, whoa. How about our punting? Our punting just gave up a a big one today. So I just got to, I'm a grown person, so I can just focus. You ask questions all you want, but it's going to be all about getting better offense, defense, kicking game. And that's what we got to do. And if I do, just think about Evans, for you people that know Evan Spencer, for him to make a comment like that, where's that come from? And so we might even think about just kicking back as far as the availability, and let's just coach and get better. You're down to week number 11. Let's get our 11th win somehow.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.